Hey, what's up, y'all? We right back here at the Porter Studios of Houston, man. Got a very, very special guest. I'm talking about H-Town legend, SPC legend. I'm talking about he legend globally too, man. My partner, K-Rino, the Wizard. What's up, baby?
Oh, grind.
What's
What's
going
up,
on?
my
How you
brother? I'm
feeling?
blessed, man. Glad to be here on your platform, brother. Honored, proud of everything that you're doing, man.
Already, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I got to come overseas and get some of that money you getting
Hey,
over there,
man,
man.
I'm ready to go back.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go get them.
Already. Hey, man, we're going to take them way back and we're going to come up forward. So let's go back to, well, first of all, how you get the name K-Rino?
Man, it was just really like a nickname I've been had since I was a little cat, like 4th grade.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even think about rapping around that time. Then as I started rapping, I played around with a couple other names and none of them sounded right. So I said, I'm just gonna go with my nickname and
K-Rino.
yeah, just keep
But how you come up with K-Rino?
That's weird, man.
Like karate or something?
No, K is
Because
probably
Reno, like it's
K
like
is
you had
probably
to
from
do
my
something.
last name, but cause all these years people say, man, your name must be Kevin. I'm like, no, that's from my last name, but it's just been so long ago, man. I don't know. It's just K-Rino. And here we are.
Already, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
What inspired you to rap? Like what made you want to pick up the microphone?
Sugar Hill Gang, first heard that in 79, 80. Super Rhymes, Jimmy Spicer, Curtis Blow, all the way up into the Run DMC era. When I started hearing those guys, I was just loving the music.
Yeah.
And around 13 years old, I said, let me write me one. And I wrote one. I was stealing a lot of Melly Mills raps and all that. But from that point on, when I first heard it, cause I used to sing the whole Rapper's Delight off the dome. You know what I'm saying?
Which one?
Rapper's Delight, the Sugar Hill Gang.
Which one?
The hip hop, the hip hop.
I didn't want to do this.
Okay, yeah, you got it. But that's the one I knew that whole thing by heart at 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
So after that, it's like a few years later, tried it myself. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, been.
So when you first get some traction, when boys say, "Oh, that's jamming,"
man,
you need to keep doing that.
I was on the porch probably a year or so before when I got to Albert Thomas Middle School, and a buddy of mine was rapping. They was already out doing their thing at the school. And a friend of mine came to me and said that he had just lost a battle to this dude at the school.
Yeah.
And he was like acting like his girlfriend had cheated on him.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, I lost. So I was like, where the dude at? Because I had one rap.
Yeah.
So he led me to where the dude was. I challenged him and I beat him.
Yeah.
One rap.
Yeah.
Thank God it wasn't no round 2. And after that, once I said my rap and I heard the crowd go off, when the crowd responded like that and went off,
that must push your ego way up there.
It was in my veins. Yeah. I just felt
like you got shot up.
Yeah, not like I got shot up with some heroin or something.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I was on the porch for that whole year. I had it, but I was scared to say it.
Yeah.
I don't know, y'all ain't gonna laugh at me. But when they laughed with me and they showed love, I was like, okay, let's go. And I was gone after that.
For sure. What high school you went to?
I went to Sterling.
Went to Sterling?
Yeah. By the time I got to Sterling show, I was already insane by then.
Yeah.
The first 2 months of my freshman year at Sterling, I probably had 15 battles, bro. Somebody was coming after me every day, coming from different schools, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I really I cut my teeth battle rapping early on. And of course, long before social media existed and all that, my name was ringing in 85, 86, 87. My name was already circulating in the streets with rap contests and talent shows and battling and all that, man. So that's how I got my stripes long before I was even thinking about putting records out.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Because I know AC Chill introduced me to you.
Man.
I'm talking about he came pick me up at my mama's house down there on Prairie. That when we moved from Third Ward to South Park. And I think I was like 18 or 19 or something like that. And He was in the little blue truck with the camp on the back of that truck. And he was telling me about it. He said, yeah, man, they at McGregor Park right now. I want you to go up there with me, man. Blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, let's go up there. Because he knew us from Two Nations then. Right. That was when I was rapping with my other partner, K Swift, out of Third Ward.
I remember.
And we had Two Nations, and we was rapping real conscious then. You know what I'm saying? We was on some Public Enemy type of shit. He was on it. You know what I'm saying? So we came up there. You was hooping, I think. You was hooping when he stopped you from hooping. You introduced yourself. And after that, shit, I just started bouncing up there and playing basketball with you and Ricky Cricket.
Ricky,
You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Ricky Cricket, man. I'm talking about.
Good OG.
Yeah, he gonna set the stage and the platform for everything to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I loved about Ricky Cricket, man. He had a passion for it, and he just want to see you make it. You know,
he wanted to see everybody win, man.
Yeah.
And Cricket was like, I always referred to him as the first rap celebrity out of Houston.
Yeah, for sure.
Long before guys was putting out records, Cricket name was that guy wearing all the jewelry and all the rings.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Cricket when I was 15, 16 and looking at him like I would look at a Run DMC, like, oh, that's Wicked Cricket. You know, I used to be so amazed to see him and the way he rapped and all that. So he was like my first hero locally, a guy that you could put your hands on, you know. And when we started recording, my dad was financing my project, and man, we took some black and white pictures, just the promo pictures that we used to do back in the day, and we get that Wicked Cricket at the photography studio.
Yeah.
And if you go back and look at all those old pictures of my first group, we got on his gold, we got on his rings and all his chains and all that, because that's what he was there for, to let us look like we was Run DMC or somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
But when we first met Cricket, man, it was like meeting a superstar, man, for real.
Yeah. Already,
oh my God.
Shit. Okay, come on up from that. When you start doing concerts and shows, how was that dope in your veins right there?
It was the same, because now it's on a bigger scale. Now, instead of rapping in front of 10 or 15 people in a hallway, now you rapping in front of 100, 200 people.
Yeah.
And so you got to go through them progressions, them stages, rapping like from in your room, saying it to yourself, to saying it to one of your homeboys, to saying it in front of 10 or 12 people, now you're in the audience. And the first experience with that, talent shows.
Yeah.
Rap contests at clubs and little teenage spots and all that. And, you know, with the blessing of God, everywhere I went, I would get a good response. It was like, man, you know, so you start humbly like, man, maybe I am pretty good at it. You know, because everywhere I go, I'm getting the love. We winning.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, man, we coming in first. If we come in second, that's like a failure.
Yeah.
At that time, you know. So once we got a taste of that, it was like, okay, we need to start looking further into it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. When you first dropped your first album, was it with a label or was it independent?
It was independent. Like I say, my dad was financing everything. And I remember, man, we was riding through McGregor Park.
Yeah.
I was riding with my dad, man. I was about
How that feel?
16.
I wonder how that feel to have your parents to help you with your career, like support you and get behind you like that. Because my dad was like, man, leave that shit alone. Take your ass to school and blah, blah, blah.
Well, you know, I got that side of that from my mom.
Yeah.
My mom was more so like, hey, look, I ain't trying to stop you from doing your little music thing, but you need to focus on having something else greater, you know, to do. To fall back on.
Yeah.
Just in case that don't work. But you got to keep in mind, because at that time, I didn't like that, but I got to look at it and understand from where my mom was coming from, because this rap thing ain't like it is now.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember people used to say, oh, this rap gonna play out in about 2-3 years. It's gonna be over. They thought it was a fad. So looking at it now, I understood where my mom and my stepdad was coming from. They was like, dude, this might not be sustainable. But my dad was different, because my dad a gambler, he a hustler.
Yeah.
And he looking for the home run.
Yeah.
So we was riding through the park one day, and he was like, man, what you want to do? And I used to play football and all that, and I thought I was gonna be something in football. And then I just told him, I said, man, I want to put a record out.
Yeah.
He never heard me rap, never heard me, didn't know if I was good or trash.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, put a record out. So I'm not thinking it's gonna happen immediately, I'm thinking, he gonna get with me next month, 2, 3. The next week, he like, hey man, we gonna get you in the studio, and I'm like, whoa, you moving too fast, but he was ready. Yeah, he was serious. So, I was with my group, Real Chill, my homie GT, Preppy J, and he put us in the studio, and he would just drop us off. Because he didn't know nothing about it, but we didn't know, we know how to make beats and all that. We sitting in the studio just looking crazy. He would drop us off at maybe noon and come back and get us at 5, 6 in the evening. And what y'all do? And whatever we came up with is what it was. And the first stuff we came up with it was so trash. It was like, nah, I got to get y'all. So he went out and found musicians. You know, wasn't no rap producers in 1986 like it is now. So he found guys who played keyboard, instruments, and a lot of our early stuff outside of the single we put out. The album that we was working on never came out. But if anybody ever heard it, it's a bunch of instrumentation on that. You know what I'm saying? So he just put the people in place to help us progress.
Develop. And to pull it up at you.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
And we learned we made mistakes because in '86 show, we recording at Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill been around that long. And I remember in '86, Sugar Hill was charging $75 an hour in 1986. So just imagine you in there 5, 6 hours a day at $75 an hour. And my old man, I used to see him just come through there at the end of the day, just see y'all tomorrow, next day. But we wasted so much time because we just in the studio trying to come up with something. With no pre-production and all.
I ain't right at home.
We didn't do none of that. We didn't just on the clock. But we didn't know.
We going to the studio next week, so y'all gonna get y'all shit together.
See, that wasn't even thought of.
It caught y'all off guard.
Yeah, that wasn't even thought of then. You know, there wasn't no pre-production and have it ready, let's go in there because we on the clock. It was just like, we in the all day, like, make the beat. What y'all want to call this?
And a lot of stuff took time back then. Because you had to drop each instrument one by one. You on reel to reel. I'm talking about, it took some time.
That's called dumping.
And you ain't even got to the mix and mastering part.
Man, we got to dump this. So you got to let the hi-hat got to run.
The whole length of the song.
The
whole length of the song. It's like, shit, you done spent two or 3 hours.
Come on, man. Just get
the beat together.
And that's just one.
Yeah.
We ain't got to the other song yet, but thank God for that output expander. When that output expander came out, you could dump about 6 at one time. But nah, man, it was a learning ground for us because, man, we didn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? But, from '86 to maybe '88, I'm still in high school, man. I had already been to New York, LA, Atlanta. We'd already been, you remember the Jack the Rapper convention? We did all that by the time I was still in high school. And we dropped our first record in '87. I was in 11th grade, so didn't know nothing. It was green and wet behind the ears, bro.
Well, you got your experience. He paid for y'all experience.
And I think
but that's something that you have to have, though. But just imagine you had to do it by yourself. It probably would have took a little longer. Because you still had to go through that to develop.
Right.
You know
or it might not have happened at all because he had the money. See, at that time, you could tell my dad, well, man, they're going to need blah, blah, blah. That's going to cost $2,500. He asked questions, He just, so if it was on me being that young and not having a pot to piss in, I wouldn't have knew. I'd probably just been still just writing and rapping and shows and stuff. So, man, I thank God for my dad, and my mom,
For sure.
Get that both sides of it.
Yeah, that's developed to make you who you are today. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that balance.
Right.
And for sure. What artists you like cut for today, like listen to today, that you say, I know you don't listen to everybody just over and over and over, but if you just riding out of town or something and you want to listen to something different, what rapper would that be?
Man, we were just talking about that outside. It's hard, man, because I'm in that time machine, bro. If I'm going out of town, I'll still be listening to KRS-One or something, Kane or some Face or something. I ain't really in the loop with a lot of the new stuff, to be honest with you, man. Because I couldn't tell you hardly none of the new artists that's out, but I know it's a lot of dope ones that's killing it because they out there, you know. But I need to get better at being more up to speed, especially locally too. Because I know it's a lot of local cats that's coming.
Yeah, that's why we put this platform here for you know, for the new rappers who was like you when you first got started. You need a studio to go to. You got to get in the groove of it first, get a feel for it, try to understand what's going on and how shit operate and put shit together, get the experience behind, and basically be put on a platform where other people can see you. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at like being in Ricky Crickett's spot or Steve Fournier's spot, like we were just talking about, me and Murder One, is a platform to help people get to the next level. And a lot of people can see them from this platform and be like, man, who is that cat right there? He pretty hard. And they may have that long pocket and say, man, you get in touch with me, put them in touch with, hey, that's how history, you know what I'm saying, be made, be born, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what we need, because a lot of new artists don't have a blueprint on how they're going to get that exposure and get their name out there. So when it comes down to that, this is a foundation for people to come in and get their feet wet and get some understanding and be seen. We live in a day where this technology, if utilized the right way, it could be so beneficial, you know, not to just young artists, but even artists like myself who still try to keep their name and face out there. Because for us, what happens with us, people run into you and say, man, I used to listen to you all back in the day. Man, you still doing it?
Yeah.
Like, man, I done put out 50-something albums.
Yeah,
I'm dropping out. Yeah, so, but it's not their fault. It's more so the reach is not there. It's something we not doing right to keep ourselves
marketing.
Yeah, right.
And see, that's what I tell everybody. I'm like, we got so many songs. We ain't got to hit the studio not one more time.
Yeah, man.
What we need to focus on is marketing.
Come on, man.
In these different areas, and because it's millions of people that ain't heard our shit,
man.
And it's millions of people that love our shit that don't even much know that they ain't heard it yet. But when they hear it, they be like, God damn, man.
It's stuff that you dropped in 2010 that's brand new because it's more people that haven't heard it than it is that have heard it. So you can actually rebrand and remarket and repackage something that you put out 10, 15 years ago, and the majority, now your core audience, your diehard fans, they'll know it's old.
Yeah.
But the majority of people, man, in this underground, on this independent scale, they gonna be like, man, you heard that new Showtime? Like, man, that came out in 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just like that.
But you're right, bro. It's about marketing and about that push, because, you know, you don't know what song could have popped up.
And then it get older to us fast.
Yeah.
Because we listening to it a whole bunch while we writing it, whole bunch after we drop it, we listening to it. Now you want to ride in the car, listen to it, and make sure it sound good. And then when you let your fans hear and everybody hear it, after a couple of months, you thinking, I got to come with something new. No, the rest of the world haven't heard this shit.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Moving too fast, thinking we ain't got no traction, but the thing is, we just moving too fast. Because your mind gonna work faster than your body. I mean, you gonna constantly write new shit.
Right.
But you have to look at it from a business point of view and be like, I still ain't finished marketing and promoting this yet, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because as an artist, you like, I got something way live than that. Listen to this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you got to squeeze as much life out of those projects as you can. And we've seen throughout history where certain artists, a single will pop off, and then you hear later on, oh man, that song about 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
They been did that. It was popping in their city first, then it just making its way to us. They never gave up on that single.
Yeah.
And that's a mistake. We'll give up. We'll feel like
it ain't good enough.
It ain't do nothing.
Song,
No, that album didn't do, that song didn't do. It's like, nah, man, you didn't do enough to keep on. It's like that pinata. You keep hitting that pinata. If you quit, the last hit might have knocked the can down.
Yeah.
So you gotta stay on it, man.
Perfect example, what I know about is Eugene at his record store, and my record company was hitting my record. We merged together at the store on Gov Bank and Antoine on the north side.
Yeah.
And we had this poster of Nelly in the window.
Yeah.
years.
Right.
I'm talking for years. The sun done faded. It's about to crack and fall off by itself.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, ain't nobody know who Nelly was. That poster been there for about 8 or 9 years.
Right.
And then the song Country Grammar took off after that. So he been promoting this one song. Nelly promoted that one song for about 10 years before it popped.
Wow.
Anybody else would have let it go.
Yeah, they
and jumped on something else. But he knew he had something.
Yeah.
It just got to let everybody hear it.
Man, that's
He got to get to the world.
And the same thing happened with me with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I was at Warehouse Live many years ago.
Yeah.
Saw a little bitty flyer with just black and white typing on it. It wasn't colorized, it wasn't laid out nowhere close to that.
Yeah.
And it just had some other artist, Kendrick Lamar, and so I'm reading, I'm like, Kendrick Lamar, you know, that's the name that caught my attention. Like, some dude named Kendrick Lamar coming to. A few years later, we all know. So we never know who doing that behind the scenes grinding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that later on this guy, and so it gives us the delusion that this dude popped off overnight.
Yeah.
No, it happens every blue moon, but no, most of the time that momentum been building undercover.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the stars in the universe, where if we look up in the sky at a star, we see that light, but that light been traveling for billions of years. We just now seeing that light that was projected so long ago. So it's the same with that grind, like we just not seeing it and thinking that this is it, but he been on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's sort of why I could say for you too, with me outside looking in, I don't know if it feels the same to you or not, but like from 92, 91, back then, all the way, the journey all the way here, you've been the hardest rapper in H-Town.
Man.
I'm talking, can't nobody fuck with K-Rino when it comes to this pen and pad shit.
Man.
Look, and but it's like you was being underrated a long time, but it seemed like at the last couple of years, you've been getting your flowers from different people, and then a lot of motherfuckers may think you just starting or something. No, this man probably been started before the person who gave him the flowers.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, it's and I'm grateful for it, because whenever it's meant to come, it comes, and it's combined with the fact that it's what you make it to. So a lot of people, I tell them, I said, well, you know, if you feel like you're not getting your flowers, you have to take time to be honest with yourself, to ask yourself, am I doing enough to get my flowers? Because your time being involved in it doesn't necessarily constitute you getting flowers. It's what you do at the time. So if somebody grinded harder than you and they only been in it 2 years, and now they starting to bear fruit, and we looking like, man, I've been doing this 18 years and I ain't never got. Okay, but how have you used your 18 years? So I'm thankful for it, however it manifests and come back. But I also know that in my mind, like, I got to continue to work, because the biggest thing for me is when young people come and say, man, I just started listening to music last year, and this dude, he's 21, this dude 28. You know, at our age, 30 is young. So it's like, dude, that's who we need. We need that young generation. Our generation, working, kids, grandkids, jobs, responsibilities, they not necessarily coming to the clubs and the shows like that no more. They may not even be in tune on how to get the music like they used, because they still jamming CDs or whatever.
Probably when the technology switched over to the internet.
Messed the game up.
I'm still learning a whole bunch of it, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you and me both.
I learn stuff every day, man. I look and seek to learn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we better, or we gonna get left behind. But if we don't latch on to the younger generation and expose ourselves to them, then we gonna hit a ceiling in our reaching our exposure, because our generation, they not dying off in terms of musically, but they tapering off. Kind of like, man, you know, life getting in the way. I listen to it here and there, but you're not gonna come to no Showtime show or the K-Rino show, any of our era, and see a bunch of 45, 50-year-olds in the club. It's gonna be a few of us that's still in the mix, but you got to get that new generation, man.
For sure.
Straight up.
Yeah, you gotta exercise that. But I used to tell 3-2 that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we be talking, he be like, "Hey, I got plaques on the wall and blah 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 blah." I say, "Nigga, it's a whole different generation out here right now. Whatever you did to get that plaque then, you got to do that shit all over again.
What have you done for me lately, sir?"
And I gave him a perfect example. I say, just like the president, finna become the president of the United States. He still have to get on these buses and these planes and go to city and hug babies and shake hands and all this to part of their campaign.
That's a great
But
analogy.
they couldn't look at it at themselves like, I'm finna be the president. I ain't gotta do all that. They already know me.
Oh, you already the president. They still got to get out and campaign.
Yeah.
You know, if Denzel drop a movie tomorrow, you're gonna see him on all of the shows, all of the platforms, because they still got to make the rounds in order to promote and let the world know that it's out there. We can't ever get comfortable to rest on the laurels of whatever accomplishments that we got. So okay, respect. You got that plaque. You got a $10 million deal back in '97. Or you rapped at the Grammys back in '02. All that's fine. Those are your accolades. Those are the notches on your belt. But if you were somebody who's still claiming that I want to still be relevant now, then you got to be in a now mode. And beyond being in a now mode, you got to be in the future. You got to already, let me go to the future real quick. So when they get there, I'm already be waiting.
Because guess what? It's all about planting seeds. If you don't go and plant no seeds, why is you expecting something? If you don't plant the seed for something to grow, you can expect it not to grow.
Absolutely.
If you plant it, you can expect it to grow. But while you waiting, you still have things to do. You just can't sit back and wait.
Come on, man.
You gotta water it. You gotta give it some sunlight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta talk to it, nurture it, and let it blossom. Other than that, then if you're not willing to do that, you can't expect nothing.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
That's our biggest problem. We a lot of times we expect something from nothing, especially if we have had some success. It's like, no, man, this game is unforgiving and it's constantly evolving, and it's an out of sight, out of mind game to where you can't even afford to just take a break. I'm gonna take a year off. Okay, you're gonna take a year off, you're gonna show up, you ain't gonna even recognize the furniture no more. It's like, man, you done changed all this up. Because while you was chilling, it was people that was hungry. It was people that was starving. They saw you.
They waiting on you to relax.
And they like, man, I gotta get to where he at. And it's like, okay, well now I'm where he at. I'm gonna climb a few more stairs, and now you coming back and you right here. Can't complain about it. You gotta eat what you cook, bro. Plain and simple.
You can't stop. That's just like if you get rich. If you get rich today, you still gotta invest or work or do something so you won't have to touch that money. But if you just want to live off of it and just keep spending, eventually you gonna come down.
Man, you got people who, like, I don't care if you name Bill Gates, Elon Musk, whoever you
they working every day.
They got hundreds of billions of dollars instead of trying to make more money. So those are examples of why you should never just feel like you have enough. You never got enough. And the flip side to that, how many of us as black people, black artists, entertainers, athletes, how many of us have we seen that have had hundreds of millions of dollars and lost it? So you can never have enough, because if your wisdom is not in line with what you have, it's only a matter of time before you lose it anyway. So the bottom line is you want to reach that perfect balance, because I know I've had points in my life where I had money and didn't have the knowledge of what to do, how to do right with it. And I've had moments where I had the knowledge and now I ain't got the resources and the money. So when you reach that balance where you have both, that's the best thing you can have. But don't never in your life do this and be like, okay, I'm good. Nah.
If Bill Gates ain't good, I ain't good.
Yeah, and then too, it's not just about you. It's not about me. So if I can think about what I accumulated, okay, that's for me, but what about generation?
Yeah, your grandchildren,
Yeah, great,
their
great, great, great.
grandchildren.
Yeah, like we say, if Elon dropped dead tomorrow, then guess what? His generations, according to this economy and however long it maintained, they don't have nothing to worry. They have such an enormous amount of wealth that it would be almost impossible for them to squander it all.
Yeah.
You know, so we round here with $10 million thinking, okay, we good. That's great. But man, 10 million, you die.
Yeah, you can lose that.
You die and your knucklehead son messed that off in 2 years.
Yeah, you sure right.
You know?
Black, we ain't rolling right there.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, man, how many albums you done dropped, first of all?
Man, I'm last count, I'm about in the early 50s. I might got 51, 52 projects. Yeah.
Man, and I know at one point you dropped 7 albums in one day.
Yeah.
How do you do that? That's incredible.
Man,
you need a cape, man.
Man, I thank God for it because I was in a good creative zone at that time. I was in a good creative pocket where it was coming.
Yeah.
You know, so when it's coming like that, the last thing you can do is disrespect the laws of creativity and not let it come out. You know, you can't ignore it. So when you feeling that, it's like if me and you hooping, Showtime and hit 3 straight threes, why wouldn't I come down and hit you for that 4th one? And why wouldn't you be looking to get that? If you done hit 3 straight, come on. You know, but some people may have in their mind like, oh, I'm good. No, man, you know, let's see if we can get you to 50, 60 points tonight. Mm-hmm. So I was just in a good creative zone, man, and I wanted to do something that I feel and felt like never been done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's 7 brand new projects, no old songs, no remixes. This is all new material. I don't believe that nobody ever done it, and
nobody
ever done it.
7 albums in one day.
Yeah, the way I did it, you know.
And what was the I don't know that word behind it. Like I know that the number 7 means something to you, but what was the logic behind it anyway? Though?
Man, you know, I don't believe in coincidence, but it did kind of. I can't lie and say I planned it to be 7. What I was gonna do is and I said it before, I was gonna do 100 songs and just drop 100 songs digitally at one time, 100 songs. So when I started getting deep into it, I was like, man, I ain't gonna make it to 100.
Yeah.
So when I got to like 84 songs, I say, if I do 12 songs average on each album, how many albums would that be? And when I did the math, it came out to be 7. So I said, okay, you know what? We'll just put 7 out at one time. So dropped the 7 at one time. And then I was talking to Brother Derek Muhammad.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, man, 7 is the number of God, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, yeah, let's get it on, man. We're going to leave it at that 7. We're going to ride with that 7 there. You know, and that's what happened. And then 2 years later, because a lot of people don't even remember that 2 years later in 2018, I dropped 4 in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in those 2 year spans, I put out 11 albums in 2 years.
11 albums in 2 years, man. That's incredible.
All new.
That's incredible. All new. Now, let me ask you this question. How you come up with all them beats?
Man, God have blessed me with a network.
For 51 albums, how many guys?
Bro, I have had a
51
network of
albums
producers.
times how many songs?
Man, if you look, if you just say 10, that would be over 500 songs. But I always try. If you look at any of my albums, it's gonna be 15, 16, 18, 14. You know, I'm not gonna never drop 9, 10 songs on an album, because back in the CD days, I had this philosophy where I would be like, I want to give you $1 a song.
Yeah.
So if the albums in the stores costed $16, you're gonna get at least 16 songs. Yeah, I want to give you $1. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I might bless you and give you 2, 3 more. But that was the whole premise. So if you look at just songs, it's probably 700 plus just albums combined songs. And then if you throw in features, you know, that's gonna be a couple hundred more. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
And see, they start reduction back in the gap, back in the day, you know what I'm saying? We was getting that per CD, and then they start saying, we're gonna cut it down to 10 songs.
Yeah.
10 songs is what you're getting paid for. If you put anything extra over 10, you just giving it to them as a bonus.
Right.
Well, how you feel about that?
Well, you know, I do it for the fans.
Yeah, for sure.
So whatever standards that the industry try to set on it, or however they try to put it in the bracket, I don't even acknowledge that, because I'm looking at feeding the people.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like when you go to your grandma's house, you just, baby, take some more of this, and baby, grandma, I'm good. I don't need no more of this cake. No, get you some of them beans, and that's me. I'm that day. Look, I'm gonna give you 16, 17, 18 songs, and
you gonna walk away filled up.
Yeah. If you go out of town,
put his name on it, they gonna say.
Look, man, Houston big. If you ain't got but 10 songs on there, you ain't got the buckets yet, and the album almost over with. So I want you at least to get out of, you gone from Houston. You know what I'm saying? By the time the album start winding down, you know, I wanted to be able where if you going to Austin, you could probably put 2 of mine in and you there.
Really, for sure,
you know
for sure. Yeah. Man, that's what I'm talking about. But look, let's take a little break right quick, and we're going to come right back. Y'all stay tuned right quick.
Salute.
This one for the city.
Many monsters.
H-Town. Salute. Even if you wasn't born and raised out here, back in time, you might have moved out here, you still Houston. Some of y'all really know these references. The ones who don't, go do some history. It's called Houston Is. Let's get it. Yeah. Houston is G'd up from the start. Everybody hanging out Sunday in McGregor Park. Listen, Houston is 3rd Ward to the SWAT. 14 and a half mixtape by Daryl Scott. Say it, Houston is keeping bread in your pocket, riding with the home team. Astros, Oilers, and Rockets, home of the soldiers. So it ain't no folding. Legendary 34s, Akeem, Earl, and Nolan. Jumping out at the club sharp as an arrow. Rhinestone Wrangler, Chocolate Town, and Carroll's. Coke cans to get an Astro World, no ticket. And you ain't from H-Town if you don't know Wicked Cricket said.
Houston is still my #1 city. Houston is the only town I wanna live in. Always show me love from the beginning. Ain't nobody like us, that's why we still winning.
I'm paying homage because it's only right for me to do. French's chicken on Scott, we do it for TSU. From the past to the present, shouting out to the greats. Still love Five Slammer Jammer, repping U of H. Who remember Club Boomerang? Now I'm reminiscing, killing shows with the whole South Park coalition. Jay Prince had the vision, so we started believing. Ghetto boys made the whole world respect our region. Mo City, the 5th Ward, yeah, I know you loving this street. Military, please, can I have another hit? Got our own style, ain't no place like it in the world. And the whole planet got screwed up by Robert Earl. Crazy weather, but still better than any place we know. Shout out to my Mexican family, my Latinos. We the trendsetters, we stay ahead of the game. Heim Clark got way too many legends to name. That's why
Houston is still my #1 city. Houston is the only town I wanna live in. Always show me love from the beginning. Ain't nobody like us, that's why we still winning.
most of the year H-Town be hotter than the oven. Remember the screw shop back when it was on Cullen? Great tapes and a screwed up click, wrecking them beats. Kids Jam was the first radio station from the streets. You can pick any record label, it's all H-Town. Rap a lot, switch a house, big time, a jam down. Dope house, sucker free. The homies at Rec Shop, Perry on Suave House, straight profit and shortstop. Say it, Houston is Greens Point and Acres home. Playing high school football games inside the dome. Slabs with trunks rattling, folks chasing the paper. Club Gucci's all the way to Jamaica. Going to different parks, hooping Timmy Chan after. Back in the days, loading up and riding to the Kappa. Still laughing and ranking even on our down days. Buying your favorite rappers, new album from Soundwaves. Catching the metro to travel throughout the town. Couldn't afford the Galleria, we just went to walk around. When the bus stopped running, that dark we used to walk. Let's take it to the north, Studewood and do some park. Mr. A's and Sean's cornbreads came later. Every rapper trying to be seen on street flavor. Every hood apartment complex I showed up in. Houston taught me the game when I didn't know know nothing. That's why
Houston is still my number one city. Houston is the only town I wanna live in. Always show me love from the beginning. Ain't nobody like us, that's why we still winning. So throw your juices in the air. South side, north side, can you tell me how you feel? So throw your juices in the air. Most city hardcore, can you tell me how you feel?
Right back here at the Porter Studio with the legendary K-Rino, the Wizard, man. I'm still stuck on that 51,
Man.
51 albums, man.
Man, nah, and you know what? And just to finish answering your question, you know, I've had a lot of producers. You know how it was back in the day, show. It's like you either had to try to spend some money, get some beats. You got to hope one of these dope producers to hook you up with some love. But as the internet started to become more the thing, what happened was people to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Hey man, check out my beats. Hey man, I just want you to rap on it, man. Just give me my credit. And now it became way more easier to get production because people were just throwing you, blessing you with it.
Yeah.
So over the years, I've like accumulated this network of different producers, man, that have been showing me love and steady getting new ones. So that made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But back in the days, man, thank God for Dope E, you know, early on because he would produce for the whole South Park Coalition. You know what I'm saying? He taught
I heard
me
you
how
a
to
producer
make
too.
Yeah, he taught Dope in Egypt taught me how to make beats, man. You know? So my first 2 albums, I did all the production. Now, you know, they used to always, even my fans would say my beats was trash back then, but they still had love for it.
Yeah.
I was learning, y'all.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do production just to have that on my resume. And plus, I was a big fan of Prince and Stevie Wonder. And Prince used to always have on all his records, written, produced, arranged, composed by Prince.
Yeah.
I always wanted that.
Yeah.
I always wanted to put it. So on my first 2 albums, I got written, produced, composed, arranged by me.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to have that on my ledger. Yeah. So that's what that was.
Put it in print. That's history.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, you got damn right.
But I let go of the rope though, because after a while, I was like, okay, you know what? Production ain't my gift. So instead of me trying to keep on forcing it, let some guys who can really produce, you know, making some beats, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Already. Man, I'm talking about, I'm still stuck on that 51 though.
Hey.
I did not know it was 51. I knew it was a lot.
But you know what too, Show? Because of the fact that I am a big fan of Prince and Stevie Wonder, they got so much music.
Yeah.
You remember Prince had The Vault, where they say he had all these thousands of songs that never got released. Stevie got ain't no telling how many albums. So I always had in my mind, I want to be the rap version of that. I got so much material, you know, I got so many albums, you know, that nobody, I can't say nobody, but if you listen to top 10 of most albums ever by a rapper, I feel like I got to at least be in the top 10.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, songs written, I don't think nobody have written more rap songs than me. I could be wrong.
I don't think so.
Yeah, just songs.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but that's my goal. I just wanted to be as
prolific. It's hard to be a rapper and have rappers as your fans.
Man.
You got a lot of rapper fans though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's a blessing, man, because I can remember being a fan. I'm still a fan of a lot of, you know, on my podcast, you know, we interviewed KRS-One a few months back.
Yeah.
And I was 18 years old all over again.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, just being in the presence of one of the guys that I looked up to. Yeah. And, you know, and now here I am, have done all this work since the last time I was in his presence as a fan.
Yeah.
And now I'm a peer.
Yeah.
So I get it, man. But and you know this to be true. The biggest compliments that you can get are from the people who do the same thing you do.
Yeah, for sure.
Who can better tell you how great a basketball player is than somebody who plays ball and
before.
played
And
against
good.
him.
That played,
right,
you know.
right.
Yeah.
Because you understand the skill set, you understand what it takes. So if I can look at this guy and say, yeah, nah, he the truth.
Yeah.
It may be somebody you talking to that go, Showtime, he ain't all that. And then you, as a craftsman yourself, you have to break down and explain to him, no, bro, I'm explaining to you why this dude is who he is because bang, 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 bang. And then make him, oh, okay, I understand like that. Because the greats make it look simple. So you see, oh man, he ain't do nothing but get the ball, turn around. Bro, a lot went into that. You didn't know that when he went into the post, he already knew where he had to stand. He already knew how to have his feet set. You're not looking at that. You're just looking at the shot and going in.
Yeah, then you had to have the confidence and the nuts to pull it out,
man.
Because he could have passed it.
Could have passed.
He could have like finished and then passed it because he was like, I ain't got no confidence now.
Come on, man. Come on, man. He knew what it takes he knew how to create the space. All these things are intricate details that a lot of people don't look at when it comes to crafting. So writing is the same thing. People can say something and they'll be like, that don't really sound like he would. It's like, nah, rewind it. Let me teach you. Let me show you what he did. And when you break down all the intricacies of it, then you say, oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. So when your peers recognize that, and even the fans, because a lot of times the fans will educate you on your own work. They'll come to you and say, man, you said, da, 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 da. And you listen to them like, yeah, okay, yeah, I did. Or you go, oh, you caught that.
Yeah.
You know, that be the best ones when they catch something that you tried to hide.
Yeah.
I tried to make this difficult for you to catch it, and you
I mean,
caught
they
it.
really listen.
And their mind is on that level. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cause see, back then, like in '92 and '91, we was on more conscious mind state. So we was back then. It was like we fucking with people in New York. Like we trying to kill not KRS-One. It was Chill Rob G and Cool G Rap.
Man.
Them boys right there. We trying to compete with them with Tritch, you know, when they was in their prime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We trying to keep up with these people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different between down south and New York.
Yeah.
Now, LA, the West Coast, we can kind of identify with each other more than we can with the East Coast because it's different. And where the hip hop began down there, they look at it different too because they'll hear your song and say, oh, that beat is whack, but you hard as hell. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But down here in the South, you ain't gonna get that chance.
Yeah.
They listen to the beat first.
Yeah.
If they beat don't catch them,
Yeah.
they not listening long enough to see if you hard or whatever. They
trust me, I
gonna
know.
to the next motherfucking song.
I know for a fact.
Yeah, for real.
Like I said, I
So
lived it.
that's when, and then another thing down south, like in Houston one of the hardest motherfucking markets for boys to give you your flowers because we was brought up like, don't ride that nigga dick or don't ride my
come
dick.
on, man.
So you think you just riding a nigga dick. You don't want to show a nigga love because you think you gonna be riding their dick or something, or they gonna take it as you riding their dick or something.
That boy get in the car and he see it, he like,
what's up, man? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He at
Like,
home studying, you know, rewind and let me see that. No, but
so when I see boys in Houston start giving other boys flowers and stuff, now I say we done came a long way, man. I see some growth.
Yeah, and you know what I'm
saying?
That's a hell of a point because it wasn't just the rappers who carried themselves like that. It also used to be the fan base.
Yeah.
Because back in the days, just saying
it was
I'm
just
rapping,
a Houston thing.
they was like, man, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna be. These just the regular people that would hit you with that.
Yeah.
And you like, man, dog. So when the Ghetto Boys came out, and I'm talking about the original Ghetto Boys, with Jukebox and Johnny C and all them, it wasn't many rap records out. So they came out with that record that had Balls in My Word, An Assassin, and they had Car Freak. They had all those songs that was on the radio. And I was seeing the city kind of jamming to it. That was my first experience of seeing people, just regular fans, supporting an artist from here.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it can happen.
Yeah.
So by the time they got the new Ghetto Boys, and when Face dropped the single Scarface, I started Small Time Dope Game.
Yeah.
When that came out,
It was
and
different.
I saw how, I'm like, oh, the city will get behind you. You just got to be jamming.
Yeah.
It ain't just so much about, oh, we ain't gonna show them love because I seen that Negro at the bus stop last week. Nah, it's like if you jamming, they gonna mess with you, man. So all you fast forward that all the way, once I got a taste of that, and from when Nip came out with his first album and Dope and them, the Terror Zone, Rap A Lot, and Blank, and Cat. So now we experiencing that. Street military, it's like, okay, they will rock with us.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the fans started it first to me. Like
there was no internet around.
None of that.
So you really had to move around and pass out your flyers and do
word of mouth.
shows and word of mouth for people to know who you are.
Yeah.
And then actually a lot of time you had to perform on the spot.
Man, come on.
You know what I'm saying? No microphone, no nothing. You just, hey, off the top ready, let me see it.
Man,
and if you don't, then guess what? You
had to fight for your life, man. I remember Nip always tell the story about how he rapped in the bathroom for Scarface at Club 808.
Yeah.
And Scarface took him to jail. So it's like in those moments when you come across somebody that you might look at as, man, this is a possible bridge to get me over.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to show what you got, because that might be your only chance to get in the door.
Yeah.
Whatever the door is to you, if that's what you're trying to get in, you got to be ready in that moment. You know, hold on, man, wait, let me go to the,
Yeah,
ain't
one
no
chance
hold
to
up.
advance right
no
then.
question.
That's it, man. One chance to advance.
No question about it, man.
For real, it's different now. You got the internet. What you think? What's your opinion between how they used to release and promote albums in the earlier 2000s and 90s than they do now?
Yeah.
That the internet is here.
Well, one was get out there, boots on the ground, guerrilla marketing, hand to hand, hit the road. I ain't got to tell you about that because you were the expert at that. The other one is click of a mouse, click of a button, access to the whole world.
Yeah.
Neither one is wrong. And I tell people all the time, mesh the two together.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say, I'm gonna only do it this way or I'm gonna only do it that way. The benefit that we had, and I'm not being disrespectful to the new generation at all, but the benefit that we had is that by the time the internet did come along, we was already rooted in getting out there.
Yeah.
Passing out hand-to-hand combat, whatever it is. So we just transitioned over into, okay, well, let's learn this internet thing, but we still gonna do what we do.
Yeah.
On the flip side, a lot of the newer generation, they never experienced
that part,
getting on the road, or they never, not even forget getting on the road, never even experienced putting up your own post on a telephone pole.
Yeah.
Going to record stores and doing in-stores and all. See, that physical side.
Yeah, the physical side.
That's something they never had to do because, you know, everything is instant access, and that's cool, but you got to still do both, man.
Yeah, it takes both.
Nothing replaces the engagement and the interaction with people.
For sure.
Nothing. Relationships, all that. I can send you an email all day.
Yeah.
You know, but nothing replaces that.
Like a lot of people, you make postcards and posters and stuff. So now they make internet postcards and posters, meaning they design it like a real poster, but they just blast it on the internet. They don't make the physical. But it's a lot of psychological stuff and physical things, you know what I'm saying, that you can tangible see and touch and look. I think it embedded in your mind deeper, and it separates you from everything else that's on the internet at the same time, especially if you see it on the internet, then you see it somewhere else on the postcard. You're like, okay, they doing their thing.
Right, you're right. They double it up. Like,
Yeah.
okay. And another thing that you hit me with when you were saying that, if I blast something on the internet, cool. The only determination I can get, the only judgment that I can get, I got to look and see how many people hit the like button.
Yeah.
So I post my flyer, new album coming out, got 142 likes. I can open that up to see who all liked it. but I have not had an actual individual interaction with those people.
Yeah, yeah.
If I walk through this flea market right now with a handful of flyers, I can hand this guy one, this person one, and I can have a conversation.
Yeah,
a brief.
conversation.
I can say, yeah, man, it's gonna be out this week, man. Hey, man, check your boy out, man.
Yeah.
I got a song on that. You can really
And then you got
politic.
people that get home and be like, what's this?
Right.
Oh, the dude gave me them. Let me check him out, man, see
Right.
what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
And if he take it and throw it on the ground, somebody
Somebody
gonna
else
pass
gonna
by
pick
and
it
say, okay, and pick it up. So if he put it in his car and it sit on the floor of his car for 2 months, his partner that he ride with, they going, hey, what's this?
Yeah.
So it's never a waste to have something physical. And because you said earlier, a seed. You plant a seed. So when you plant that seed, man, that postcard, that physical, whatever you give represents a seed that that bad boy gonna travel.
Yeah.
Like a dollar. That postcard, when you hand that thing, you don't know where it's
You don't know where it's gonna end up at.
Yeah. So and it takes on so much life. The internet is cool, and I'm all for it, but I can't engage with everybody like I want to on the internet.
Yeah.
I find myself sometimes, man, I'll be promoting an event on the internet. I'm so rooted in the old way that I'll put a blast up there, and I'll still be getting at people in their inbox. Hey, man, the show,
too.
you know, because I gotta touch you, man.
Man,
you know?
I go to the point where I blast everybody in there and put it up there, blast everybody at one time, and then I go through the contacts in my phone and send them a link one by one.
Yeah, man.
One by one, the same link over 2,000 or 3,000 contacts in my damn phone.
Yeah, because it's a way of getting confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like you had somebody think, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna come mess with you. I'm gonna be there, man. I'm gonna come there. Whether they do or they don't, you got that engagement.
Yeah.
Might not get you this time, but I might get you next time.
And then a lot of people still come from there and be like, he gave it to me, he expected me to come.
Come on, man.
But if they see it on the internet, they say it's going down or whatever shit. I ain't getting that.
He don't know if I saw it or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because the 150 that hit like, it's 400 more that saw
you
it.
sent it in a group text. Nobody respects that. They be like, it wasn't me personally. You sent it to everybody. I can say I ain't see it.
And people have become desensitized to that. Because the same thing you sending out, it's 80 more people. They got one from 80 more people that week. You know, different guys. So it's like, you don't even acknowledge it no more. It's like, oh, okay, another show. You scrolling. Oh, okay, he got a show. All this stuff on some on the same night. So yeah, it's nothing is greater than the human interaction that you're gonna get. Still do your internet thing, but never ever abandon the human interactions.
Yeah, do all your contacts in your phone too.
Yeah.
Cause you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I hate when people tell me that, man. They be like, they had a show the other night, dude. Oh yeah? I ain't see it. Nigga, it was on the internet. I put it on the internet, you didn't see it. No, nigga, I don't be on the internet like that. I get on there and handle my business and I get off of that. It ain't that much time in a day, man. That thing will take up your whole life if you just try to tune in to everything.
And then even if you do blast it on the internet, sometimes if you don't fall into the pocket of the right algorithm, then you might have put it on your page, but it may be people that's in your network that they didn't see it.
Yeah.
It didn't get to them for whatever reason, man. So, you know, I don't like to take no chances, man. I try to reach out to everybody I can, and at the time of the event, the album, whatever, I can throw my hands up and say, okay, I done put my work in, let the chips fall where they gonna fall in after that. But always participate in every form of the grind that you participate in.
Because I can tell this to anybody. Sometimes, and is, the promotional part of the game is more important than the
and the talent.
whatever you promoting. You know what I'm saying? Because without the
event,
promotion, whatever it is you're promoting ain't nothing.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna see it. Perfect example. If Jordan drop a shoe tomorrow, but he don't tell nobody, ain't nobody gonna go to the store and be looking for it.
Ain't nobody
but
gonna be
soon
alive.
as he say, I got a shoe dropping tomorrow, oh, it's gonna be a line around the corner the night before. They camping out and waiting. That's why the promotion part is really more important than the product in a lot of times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't hit what you can't see. You know, and the bottom line is exposure is the key. Exposure does not, promotion and marketing don't guarantee you the success, but it puts you in the game.
Yeah.
It puts you in the ball game. It's like if you don't do it, you don't have a chance. You know. And a lot of times as artists, I see a lot of artists make the mistake of just feeling like because they are good, a lot of them are really good. You think that people can magically read your mind and automatically know you got this out or you doing it. Man, where everybody at? Dude, we ain't know.
Yeah.
You ain't who you think you are in terms of your
Yeah.
status.
Uh-huh.
Your talent, absolutely, but man, you got to get out there and get your hands dirty, man.
Yeah. And then even though that's why I don't know if I'm the only one that did this or not. Like throughout my career, like in '92, coming on up, like my accomplishments, like the album cover and different stuff like that. I ain't used to want to keep none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm like I'm trying to keep going.
Right.
Because I felt like if I keep. Because I was on Apollo and this here and that I be bragging on this so much, I fall off on my craft and then be in this area right here trying to enjoy instead of working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to feel that. I wanted to feel like I still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you want to keep that hungry side to yourself because if you walking in the door all the time and you looking at your plaques and trophies and accomplishments and all that, and that's good, that's a blessing. But we gotta be able to compartmentalize and separate. Okay, yeah, I did that. That was then. I'm done. That's why the greats win multiple championships.
Yeah.
You know, okay, Jordan won that one. He wasn't good with that one. He wanted two. Okay, I got me two. Guess what? Ain't nobody three-peated in a long time. Let me do that. See, you got to keep finding ways.
Now let me do something ain't nobody never did. Let me get 7 of them.
Come back and do it again. Right. So that's the whole key. It's like, that's the best way to defend against relaxing is to know that everything that you already accomplished is in the rear view.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'm already went past that. I can't keep coming back to the Grammy I won in '88. Yeah, remember this? Like, okay, we remember, dude. Now what though? Let's go. Let's go. Let's do something different now. You know, because this world we live in now, man, they will discredit you for even you doing something great. Because in their mind, you ain't did it enough. It's like, oh, it's Showtime with platinum. Okay, do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again. Like, man, y'all done took me to platinum and made it into nothing. So you gotta always be focused on destroying your own work.
Yeah.
You got to destroy your own work. You gotta get mad and like, okay, yeah, y'all thought that was the best I could do. I'm finna show y'all I can do better.
Yeah. Goddamn right. You gotta keep it going. Gotta keep planting seeds, keep promoting. Let's talk about your platform, your podcast. Tell me a little about that, man.
Man, shout out to my co-host Keisto, man. I was doing a radio show from 2018 to started in 2018. I can't remember when it stopped, but COVID hit around 2020. So the radio show was cool. COVID hit. We started doing it remotely.
Yeah.
They started moving around all of the black shows. So I just lost interest. And my homie Keisto, like, man, I got a spot, the whole podcast set up. Let's do the podcast. So close to 2 years ago, we started doing the Underground Dialogue podcast, and it's been going, great.
Okay, is that the same thing with the radio station, or it's two different?
No,
you got the radio show and the podcast.
No, the radio show was first, and like I say, they started shuffling us around too much, and I was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. But the podcast, we started that 2 years ago, and that's been like my baby.
Yeah, for sure.
Since then, because we can go longer. The radio show just 1 hour. We tucked in the spot. We got to be where they put us at. Now at the podcast, we got freedom. We can do it how we want to do it.
For sure.
Yeah, so I'm loving it. I'm loving that.
Already, what you got for the future? What you got coming up?
Man, new music, shows. We trying to put together another international tour. We just trying to see how it's gonna line up. Trying to do it a little different this time. But got an album project I just dropped with my homie from Canada, my homie Tragic. That's getting ready to drop. I'm getting ready to do another K-Rino solo probably in February. Yeah. And just shows, flows, and studios, man. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Really, for sure. You got damn right. How many you finna drop this time?
Man, we gonna go and get them one little onesie.
You gonna let them breathe?
Yeah, we gonna let them breathe a little bit. But they may not come at the same time but they will come in succession.
Yeah.
So if one drop this month, maybe a month or two later it's gonna be another. Maybe a month or two later it'll be another. You know?
For
So
sure.
it's gonna still be. We're gonna feed you.
That's what Lil Kano doing. He doing 12 albums, one album a month. 12 months of Kano, he got they rolling right now.
And you know the crazy part about it? I had that in my mind to want to attempt that one time.
Yeah.
But I punked out and I ain't do it. I was like, nah. I said, if I drop
You
an
could have
album a
did it
month,
with the 7 albums, because
Yeah,
by
I
the time
could've-
you got to the 7th month, you could have had the other ones
I
done.
had already.
Yeah.
But at that time, I was like, nah.
But it was more powerful to drop all of them at one time.
Force
though.
me, yeah.
Now that's different. See,
Yeah.
ain't nobody did that. A lot of
Right.
people attempt to drop it every month.
Yeah.
And even if they fell off somewhere, they still did it for consistency for
Right.
some months. But
And that's strong.
to drop 7 of them at one time now, that and I just told what's the name is the other day? I say K-Rino dropped 7 at one time, nigga. So you gonna have to do something to top that.
Yeah.
He done raised the bar.
Yeah.
I say, you know, T Lee, he say, you know,
Yeah.
he got all them songs in the studio. He just
Right.
record. This nigga got a million songs. Ain't putting down one of them on the
I
internet
know a
yet.
lot of people like that.
And I'm like, man, he's sitting on the gold mine.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I think I'm ready now. I think I'm finna come on, step on out there. I say, you got he got about 2,000 or 3,000 songs.
That's amazing.
I say, man, listen,
That's amazing.
you gotta do something like K-Rino did. You gonna have to come. You gonna have to make motherfuckers say, who is this? Who is this nigga here?
Right.
What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, he got back catalog. He got
Yeah.
volumes of stuff, and that's a good thing. You know, I wish I had that because
Yeah.
everything I make, I drop.
Mhm.
So I don't have this vault of songs that I. Because if I did, they'll be tired of hearing me. They'll be like, all right, man, you need to retire, bro. We good on you. But I did have it in my mind to attempt the album a month thing. I might still try it, you know, but I ain't gonna guarantee it like I'm gonna do it, you know, because you know I'm big on the quality of content. I'm big on making sure that I don't want to rush nothing out. And then as I'm trying to meet this quota and this deadlines every month, then the quality's slacking. So if I do it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
What makes it so hard to me, and should be to other people too, is when you drop so many albums and so many, and is the continuity of the content that you're dropping. You're just not rapping about anything and freestyling from the top of the dome. I'm talking about you going deep and putting shit together, and you putting atoms with you creating light all different in a different dimension and bring it over here to this world and chunk it back. I'm talking about you be doing a lot of stuff lyrically and mentally on these CDs. It ain't just not rapping, man. It's just not rhyming words on them.
Well, you know, that's a testament of being blessed to be able to translate what you learn outside of music, translate that into the music.
Yeah.
So from the time I heard the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings, from the time I was listening to the Minister Farrakhan and hearing the things that they would teach about, and now as a rapper, all I'm thinking about is being the hardest lyricist or whatever. It's like that type of information gives you purpose.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know what? I can help teach
Yeah.
through this
Music,
gift.
yeah.
So once that kind of snapped in my head, it's like, okay, now it's unlimited. The potential of what you can do is unlimited now because now you got an opportunity to be more than just a dude that can rap a little bit. Now you got an opportunity to be a life changer.
Yeah.
Where people can come to you and say, man, hey man, you taught me this, or this changed and transformed my thinking, or whatever. That's to me really the goal. That's the ultimate purpose, because that is glorifying God through your gift.
Yeah.
Because so many times I can think of so many songs that I made that I know I misused my gift. I wasted it because I'm on here. I'm talking about these hoes. I'm talking about these. It's like, nah, that ain't what you.
But you still get a nice point across when you're doing that.
Yeah, you know,
You know
now,
what I'm saying?
now I do. You know, back in the days we talk about these hoes. Nah, but you know, you grow though, because at that time too, you know, you 20, you 19, you 23, you 24, and you haven't really gained the understanding and appreciation of why you should and shouldn't say certain things, because it's more than just the gratification of me feeling like I made this dope song or this dope line. Now it goes into how is that line or that song gonna affect this young man, this young lady? What am I influencing them to do?
Yeah.
By me saying this and saying that, because music does have such a pull and an influence to where we can try to take our hands off of it on responsibility and say, hey man, I didn't make them do that. Yeah, but you said we didn't know what Molly and Percocet was until we heard the song.
Yeah.
So now I'm 17, like, man, the song, let me try. Let me try.
Yeah.
So we gotta take accountability on that. And ain't none of us exempt. I know I got songs that I just old school stuff come up, I be like, man, please don't play that, man. Come on, man. Or they play it, man, I'll be glad the song go out. Cause we all done it, but you learn that the music is the vehicle to translate a message.
Yeah.
And you know, and I don't judge when nobody do, man, because there's a lot of songs that would be considered to be ratchet. You might find me something real hard, you know what I'm saying? Like I might not do it, but so you give people time to grow and learn and become who they gonna be if it's meant for them to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right. Because music do have a heavy influence on
Without
people.
a doubt,
People
man.
try to say it don't, but yeah, it do. And we're a part of that culture, well, where we came from. And we look at the generation now and say, how did they get to that point? Because we was,
we dropped
bitches
the
ain't
ball.
shit but hoes and chicks.
Come on, man.
And
We
we
dropped
grew
the
up
ball.
off of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I listen to that song today.
Yeah.
But
somewhere something went wrong where the new generation, I think, start taking stuff literally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like motherfuckers say, I kill you.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. The era we come from, we talking about we'll kill you with our lyrics and our thoughts and how we can put some shit together that will kill you mentally, your whole spirit from you even trying to come back with something.
Right.
That's what we talking about, but they take it as we really killing each other.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
And even if a rapper was referring to really kill, the studio gangsters was real.
Yeah.
And some of our favorite rappers that we love and adore, gangster rappers, did gangster rap, are not gangsters.
Not at all.
Because the majority of them are still around today in their 40s and their 50s. And like I said earlier, they fathers and grandfathers and all that.
Yeah.
And they have rolled off into the sunset, made a lot of money, and some of them ain't never been in the penitentiary, some of them ain't never shot a man, and some of them may have.
Well, some of them may never had a fight.
Never had a fight, but they had the skill to make a song that just make you want to go fight.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the art, the music used to be, that art form used to be something that we would try to make it seem like it's real life.
Yeah.
Now it is real life.
Yeah.
And they take that real life and they utilize the art to relay that, because a lot of these young guys that's out here now, they coming straight off the street and they doing what they rapping about.
Yeah.
And to the extreme to where they telling on themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they get on a song, they done did something to you, and they get on a song and tell you.
What they do that
at.
Yeah, that's some new shit. That didn't come from us. That didn't come from our generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was taught, whatever you doing, you don't talk about that shit to nobody unless they did it with you.
Yeah.
And then you don't talk about it then until you don't have to do it no more. You don't do it no more.
Yeah.
You don't talk about that.
The statute of limitations is yeah. I can speak on it now because they can't indict me for it.
Yeah.
But you know, but also I try to make sure that mix the balance of personal accountability as us as artists. I try to make sure to not ever forget the industry's hand in it too, because the industry is absolutely profiting off of our ignorance.
Yeah.
Because those songs where we talking about killing each other, those songs where a lot of our women are over-sexualized and talking about busting it open and peeling it back and whatever it is, the industry promotes that.
Yeah.
So these cats that own these record labels and all and have the power to distribute and put that stuff out, they wouldn't let their daughters rap like
Listen
that.
to it or nothing
They
like
wouldn't
that.
let their sons talk about killing each other and promoting being on dope and all that. They wouldn't let their children adhere to that, but they don't have a problem with black folks doing it, you know? So it's profitable for them, those who are in positions of ownership. So 2 or 3 things gotta happen. We have to make sure that we start educating each other and teaching each other why we don't need to be putting this kind of material out, because now you got a 9-year-old singing these lyrics, you got a 5-year-old little girl twerking and mamas around her talking about how
got
cute
a little
it
bitty
is.
baby boy.
Yeah, right.
Twerking
and
shit.
and then that's swaying them in another direction.
Yeah.
So we gotta be the ones that educate our generations from the womb, like, hey man, no, we don't go down, we don't do this to ourselves. And then number 2, we have to start getting to where we establish ownership over our art.
Yeah.
We have to own what we do, because if we own what we do, then nobody can even influence us. A lot of artists get older and then they say, man, I don't want to rap like that no more, man. I hate I made them kind of songs. But the label is like, come on, and I saw that. But the label now, you in. You so deep in, the label like, hey man, hey, you owe us 2 more albums. And we want them just like that. You know what I'm saying? We want them to be, so if you got ownership, that means you got creative control. That means nobody can dictate to you the type of content. If you transform your mind and want to change or do a 180 overnight, you can do it. And nobody can pull you in the room and say, hey man, you know, nah. So that's what's lacking, man. That's what's lacking. These cats throw the rock, then they hide their hand, and when somebody go to jail, when somebody get killed, when somebody is being vilified in the media for putting out negative content, you never hear a label representative come to their defense and say,
people, when they hear that, you don't hear them criticizing the negative stuff
nah,
no more.
nah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how back in the day, they said this, that. But guess what? They can control the narrative. They own the airways.
That's
they
right.
can say, oh, this ain't say he finna kill somebody.
Yeah.
He finna do this to mama.
Right.
I don't want people kids to hear the no, we ain't gonna play that.
Right.
That'll make people write different.
Yeah,
like,
no
they
doubt.
not gonna play it, so I can't write that because they not gonna play that.
Boy, you just said
They
something.
not gonna play it, so I gotta write something to get on the radio. But if they let me get on the radio with this and not the positive stuff, then it's something twisted in the system. It's just like David Banner and Flip was talking about.
Yeah.
When they put out that "Get Down on the Floor,"
Yeah.
it went #1, and then he came out with the next single. It was positive. It didn't do that good, and then he turned around and did a remix to "Get Down on the Floor," and it shot right back up to the top again. Because the verses sell.
Those are examples of what the agenda of the industry. See, the music business goes deeper than just music people. You know, it's government involved. It's agencies involved because it's an agenda in place to make us destroy. So how do they do that? They use every vehicle that we love. And then they come in and corrupt and contaminate it. Music is one of the main things that we love. Hip hop music in particular is one of them. It's like the main genre that took cats like us. We wouldn't know what we would be doing if we weren't for this. And it's like, man, these niggas done figured out a way to make something out of nothing. So the first thing they did, they interjected themselves into us. Okay, well, hey, let me put y'all, let me do this, let me do that. And now they got control of it. And the second you try to transform and change, you out of there. So, yeah, but the point is, they want us to continue. They don't listen to the songs.
No, they don't listen to it. Like you said, it's a business. They got jailhouses that all, just like what Busy Bone was talking about. They got the industry together. They had a meeting in '94 and telling all the main artists, we need y'all to rap about this and rap about this, rap about this. But y'all invest in this. So when we put this music out, it'll send more people to jail, which will make more money for you.
And guess who allegedly was at those meetings? they had individuals at those meetings who were owners and investors in the prison industry complex. So, like I said, the music business is not just restricted to music. So if you look at say, okay, what is the best pipeline that we can create other than the school system? Okay, we have the school to prison pipeline. We got the hip hop to prison pipeline. We got the hip hop to graveyard pipeline as well. So that was a plan, set up, designed thing that they looked at and was like, we can make these niggas kill themselves in the very thing that they divide and conquer. And they not gonna even know that they doing it.
Since day one, they've been the same little trick, divide and conquer. We create the music, we write the music, we publish it, we do everything, and then give it to
the
assistants or somebody else that ain't on our side to handle it. And it's like, we doing the same shit over and over. We hold the power.
Right.
We was tricked. They told us we was the minority.
Come on.
But we've been the majority since day one.
Day one.
But now we know the truth. What we gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying?
Those
know better, you supposed to do better.
And those who know gotta teach. See, so that goes back to the first point of we got to try our best to talk to our young people and our young artists coming in. The hardest thing is to get them to see it for how we see it. We've seen it because we've been blessed to live through it and get to the stage where we can say, and we done seen and been through all this that y'all go, you ain't even got to the point where they're trying to take you. But if you listen to this cat and you listen to him or her, they can tell you where they trying to take you, and you can turn your blink on and go left or go in the right and go another direction. But if you don't know or don't listen to those who do know, you're gonna drive right into it. So we got to tie ourselves together on the string. And learn, and we could shut down every industry in the world just through unifying. See, if
because they follow us, we the influence. They all over the country. We don't follow how they act and what they do, and look at them all they doing stuff on. They looking at us. We the influencers. So we gotta change what we put on these streams, and then our community, our people here. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? You still like in '92. Our manager back then made us write songs with no cussing in it, but it need to still sound hard as hell, like it got cussing in it. And when we learned that, man, we learned the power of the tongue, and we learned that words are very powerful, man. There's spirits out here. You can speak stuff in existence, man. You gotta watch what you're speaking.
Come on, man. That's a fact, man. We have to be fearless in our attempt to educate our young people. That's fearless in that attempt, because a lot of times we give up. Man, you can't tell them young. They crazy. And it's okay, y'all say we crazy. My mama say I ain't gonna be nothing, my daddy say I ain't gonna be nothing. Okay, but let me go not be nothing. So if nobody step in those gaps and say, hey man, once you tell them, it's on them to listen. If they don't listen, you did your job. But a lot of the corrections that need to be made among our youth and our community, people under us, we got an obligation to try to fix that because we the ones that help mess it up. You know, so you know, man, it's so much vacuuming and scrubbing and cleaning I gotta do. You know, for my own personal crap, you know what I'm saying?
I got a meeting tomorrow right here with some young kids. And there's one cat I know, you know, and I met him. I ain't gonna say why I'm keeping him anonymous, but anyway, I talked to this guy and it changed his life. And then months later, he called me back this morning and said, oh, look, my cousin just got shot yesterday, man. Boom, he this, I'm gonna come record tomorrow, but I'm bringing him with me. I need you to talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because he know he recognize what effect your word had on him. So now you gotta whatever you gotta give him a cousin. It's like dope. You know what I'm saying? Back when bars are selling dope, you can turn this one cat on to particular note. I gotta get my partner high. He gotta feel this high. But that's in a good way. He's like, okay, hey, I need to get my cousin high with that knowledge because it worked on me. He loved his family. You saved him. Can you help me save money?
Because what we had coming up, we had OG that'll pull it to the side and say, hey, man, we don't do that around here.
Oh, slap
We do it
them
like
side
this.
there.
They going to let you know. They won't run around with our pants hanging up on their head, man. Pull your pants up, man. Hey, that's what them gay niggas do in jail.
Yeah.
When they want you to put something in their butt. You gay.
Quit cussing around.
Pull your pants up there.
That lady come around here, quit cussing, quit talking like that when that woman, man, hey man, don't act like that. Put that weed out when that lady, all of the things. Hey man, some little girl right there, man. Watch how you doing. That was the type of things that we grew up and we respected it.
It's all about respect. Because we could have just smoked in front of everybody and then like, my mama or my dad. But it wasn't about that. It was just about showing respect. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell my girls now, I got 5 little girls, I ain't got no boy. And I tell all of them, when you meet these dudes, meet their mama and their dad. And
See what you get.
Relationship that they got with their mama. Now, they disrespect their mama and their dad.
You ain't gotta change. You ain't gotta change.
It's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, man, it's been good talking to you. Anything else you want these folks to know, man?
Man, I appreciate the show. I appreciate you having me on the platform, man. It was a great conversation, man.
This is the first time, not the last time. We can sit here and talk all day, man. We know way back.
Always good.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what you know during the conversation. So it's always good to talk to somebody who knows what direction the question is asked, man. That's what you got to do.
Already, man. And I'm behind everything you do 100% from here on and riding it on out. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Already.
I got that song. I got the Porter song. It's wrote. I just ain't recorded it yet. So
already doing the intro to the portal, man.
It's wrote.
He's been taking you through different galaxies, dimensions, and transport and teleport.
He know without even hearing it. Trust me.
Already, you goddamn right.
Yeah.
With the names like the portal, this who came to mind to me. Man. I said, I know that's his shit. He gonna take it out. He gonna take it to another place, man.
Follow your big brother on Instagram. The real K-Rino #1. YouTube channel is Real K-Rino, and the Underground Dialogue podcast channel on YouTube. And I got a sports podcast called Legends 34 with my homie DJ Rick. So we got a hand on a whole bunch of people.
Already. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all follow the legend, man. I'm talking about the wizard. When I say the wizard, that's the perfect name that fits this man right here, man. K-Rino, the wizard.
Shout out to Lil Flea for giving me his name back in the day.
Go hard, man. Y'all riding and smoking and ain't got no purple stuff. Slap yourself and pull over to the curb because you out of line like my partner Big Mo. Say sponsored by Purple Stuff Air Freshener. Punch with a punch. Yeah, that Project Punch. Hey man, we got that Project Punch, man. Y'all come get y'all some. Taste that. Let them know how it tastes right quick.
Live around. Like I said, I had one. I got Jack, so this is my first time with Jack. And I ain't sugarcoat this good.
Oh yeah.
This ain't gonna make it to my next destination. I can tell you that right now.
My only problem is drinking out of my product. But anyway, man, we out of here, man. Until next time, y'all just keep following us on the ground, follow us on Facebook. Y'all log in and subscribe on the YouTube and follow the Porter Studio. Man, we got this, man. We H-Town Underworld. We at the Porter, baby, in H-Town right now. Just go down. Peace.
Peace and have grease.